What's up, you guys? Today we're going to talk about HIIT versus LISS for fat loss. Now, HIIT has been a common trend recently, especially in the bodybuilding world, and it's been catching on to a lot of everyday people who are just trying to cut weight or lose weight. There's a few different things that come into play in whether it will be effective for you in fat loss, and we'll go over all of those things. But first, let's talk about what HIIT even is. HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. And an example of this would be if you're on the track team. Maybe you're familiar with this if you've been in track, but my coach always had me jogging the curves and sprinting the straights for 4 laps. That is a mile of HIIT training. So basically you're sprinting 100 meters and then you're jogging 100 meters. It's all about the recovery period, so that's kind of what that is about. And then these sprints are your all out, go for it at 100% sprint. So that would be HIIT. And then LISS stands for low impact steady state cardio. And an example of this, since we're sticking with sports, I will tell you an example. If you were on cross country, say your coach had you go run 5 or 6 miles, that would be low impact steady state cardio, because you're going the same pace throughout the entire time that you're running. You're not going to increase the speed and then decrease the speed. Generally, you want to stay at the same pace and maintain that throughout your entire run. So, which of these, sprinting or jogging at the same pace, is most effective for fat loss? We're going to go over that right now. So there's been quite a few studies that I've found, and I will link them down below as references if you guys want to read about them as well. But there's been quite a few studies that talk about HIIT and its effect with fat loss. So I'm going to talk first about the benefits of doing HIIT training. The one study that I am referring to had one group doing HIIT for 20 minutes on the bike, and they had the other group doing 40 minutes of LISS or steady state cardio for 40 minutes. Both groups did the bike for 3 times a week, so that was staying consistent, but this group was doing twice as much cardio as this group over here. So one of the benefits that was mentioned is that HIIT increases both aerobic and anaerobic cardio, which doesn't directly affect fat loss, but it does mean that you're improving your fitness levels overall, which then means that you can go on to continue training even harder and then burn more body fat. And when you become more efficient at using energy, that then in turn means that you become more efficient at burning fat. So what was shown in the study with the group that did HIIT was that insulin resistance was decreased by up to 25% for 24 hours. So a big thing to know is that when you eat carbohydrates, especially simple sugars, your body's insulin is spiked up. So the fact that for up to 24 hours, your insulin resistance decreases up to 25% of the normal levels is incredible, because that means that now you can eat more carb dense foods and not have to stress as much. If you are below maintenance level, which is a whole other topic, being below maintenance means that you are losing weight, losing body fat. That's super important. But the fact that you also, through doing HIIT training, have this additional lenience for up to 24 hours after doing it is kind of a big deal. So that being said, there is a catch, and we're going to get to that right now. It is hard as hell to do. And one of the big downfalls of doing HIIT training is that to see the benefits, to see the results that you want to see, you have to be training at 100%. You have to be going all out in those sprints. You can do it on the treadmill. Outdoors is even better than that. But you have to be going all out. And the problem is that unless you are an athlete, it's going to be pretty difficult to go all out 100% to where you need to be to get the benefits. Because what a lot of people do is they'll walk for a minute or 2 minutes, and then they'll sprint for 30 seconds on the treadmill, but their sprint isn't their true sprint. So what they're doing is basically wasting their time. And if you're only doing it for 15 minutes, oh my Lord, it is hard to perform properly if you're not going to give it your 100%, or if you're not even there yet, because this isn't for everybody. If you're not at the fitness level that you can perform this properly, then HIIT might not be for you because you're not going to see the results from fat loss from this. So all of this being said, which style of cardio is better for fat loss? I'm going to split this up in groups. So for HIIT training, this style of training is best for those who are on a time crunch and need to get cardio done within 15 to 30 minutes. And as we already said, this is also best for those who are considered healthy individuals. So you don't have many health risks. Your athleticism might not be athlete level, but it's pretty decent. If you're competing for a show, your lower body fat percentage, you do weight training, you've done cardio before, then this style of training is going to be effective for you. Now, steady state cardio, as we said, this is most effective for fat loss for those who are struggling with being overweight. That is because, as we said, it's a lower impact for your joints. It's going to be more easy to achieve than doing HIIT training because HIIT training is short bursts of energy, and not everyone who is 30% body fat and over is going to be able to achieve what you need to achieve through HIIT training. So steady state cardio is where you can start at. And then another thing is, also, if you like to run distance, if you run 30 plus minutes, if you're running like 5-6 miles and you're a distance runner, you're going to achieve better fat loss results this way. Now, HIIT training is great for fat loss, but if you're going to be spending a long time doing cardio, for example, if you're like I just did a marathon and I was training for sometimes up to 2 hours on my runs, I'm going to see more benefits through that than I would with HIIT training, because of how much time and energy I'm putting into the runs. The more energy you use during your training, the more calories and the more fat you burn. So that's why also, if you're a distance runner and you prefer distance, you will see more benefits this way than if you were to do HIIT training. But overall, just to sum this up, if you were to do 30 minutes of steady state cardio versus 30 minutes of HIIT training, 30 minutes of HIIT training, you will see more results than you would see in 30 minutes of steady state cardio. So if you're one of these people who are questioning whether you should do HIIT training for fat loss or steady state for fat loss, I hope that helped you out and gave you an idea of what you should be doing now. Now, there's several styles of HIIT training you can do. There's several styles of steady state cardio you can do, and maybe I'll make a video about that if you guys want to see it, because there's more than just running, jogging, sprinting for both HIIT and for steady state that you can do. If you hate running, then maybe this is a video that you'd want to see, and if you do want to see that, give this video a thumbs up so I know that you guys are interested, and leave a comment below letting me know which style of training is your favorite and which you have seen better results on for fat loss if you've already tried both of these. I have seen better results when I have 30 minutes of time doing HIIT training, but when I'm training for over an hour or 45 minutes and above, I see better results through steady state. So it all depends on your body type, and it depends on the amount of time that you need to spend dedicated to training. So I hope you guys liked this video and found it informative. If you did, please feel free to share it with your friends and family who are trying to see some good fat loss results. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.